My stepsister and I exchanged vows on the very same day. Her bridal procession was a parade of luxury and extravagance, whereas my newlywed husband sent only a battered old minivan to fetch me. Spotting this, my stepsister did not hold back her scorn. She sneered that my future would surely be one of poverty, while she herself was about to bask in the life of a wealthy matriarch. Yet I paid no heed to the curious stares of the onlookers. I climbed into that shabby van and rode off with my head held high. But no sooner had I arrived at my husband's doorstep than a rooster darted out, giving me such a start that I stumbled backward. Before I could collect myself, his mother greeted me with the warmest welcome and led me inside. To my astonishment, this supposedly poor family was using $1 million luxury car to dry fish in the yard. Once indoors, I was even more amazed to find a table laden with delicacies, and even the chopsticks were crafted from gold. I sampled a piece of abalone, and it tasted even finer than what I had eaten at five-star hotels. It dawned on me then that my husband's background was far from ordinary. Just at that moment, my husband, whom I had not yet laid eyes on, rode back on his bicycle. Our gazes met, and it was love at first sight. Only after his mother nudged him did he remember to present me with a welcoming gift. I noticed fish scales still clinging to the red cloth, which made me feel somewhat awkward, but when I unwrapped it, I discovered a heap of gold jewelry inside. I was floored. How could a man who sold fish afford such treasures? However, my mother-in-law casually explained that her family had raised fish for generations. Then my husband took me to see their breeding farm, and I realized it sprawled across an entire mountain. Only then did I understand that my new husband was actually the largest aquaculture operator in the region, and he was about to sign supply agreements with every restaurant in the city. Meanwhile, my stepsister, who had married into a wealthy family as she had always wished, was not enjoying an easy life, simply because the massage pressure was not to her mother-in-law's liking. She was punished and forced to endure humiliation just to maintain her lavish existence. Soon afterward, I arrived at the business conference, where my husband was to sign the contracts. My work attire looked completely out of place among all the opulence. To avoid drawing attention, I walked over to sample a glass of champagne, but at that very moment, my gold-digging stepsister and her rich husband also showed up. I wanted nothing to do with her, yet she blocked my path. She mocked me, saying that as a fisherman's wife, I had no right to attend such a high-end gathering. She falsely accused me of being there to steal, and to ensure the signing went smoothly, she ordered the security guards to throw me out. Just then, my husband arrived at the scene in the nick of time, but before he could speak up for me, my stepsister falsely accused him of being my accomplice, claiming that her real purpose was to steal a necklace worth $1 million. Nobody present knew my husband's true identity. Fortunately, his assistant appeared shortly afterward. Seeing this, my stepsister immediately rushed over to fawn on the assistant. However, the assistant sternly rebuked my arrogant stepsister, and announced loudly that my husband was the largest farmer in the area. Only then did my stepsister realize just how foolish she had been.